A warm welcome to this live stream. Lisvane Players' production of A Christmas Carol will start at 8:05. A warm welcome to this live stream. Lisvane Players' production of A Christmas Carol will start soon. It's time to take your seats at 8:05. We'll be with you. A warm welcome, one and all, to Lisvane Players' inaugural radio play, A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. We would love it if you would consider contributing to our chosen charity, Cardiff Food Bank. And now we invite you to pour a hot toddy, pull that chair a little closer to the fire, and enjoy a festive evening with us. Enjoy the show.
The firm was known as Scrooge and Marley. Scrooge never painted out old Marley's name. There it stood, years afterwards above the warehouse door, Scrooge and Marley. Sometimes people new to the business called Scrooge, and sometimes Marley, but he answered to both names. It was all the same to him. Marley was dead. There is no doubt whatever about that. Scrooge knew he was dead, of course he did. How could it be otherwise? Scrooge and he were partners for I don't know how many years, and even Scrooge was not so dreadfully cut up by the sad event. Once upon a time, of all the good days in the year, on Christmas Eve, Scrooge sat busy in his counting house, the door open, that he might keep an eye upon his clerk.
Be very gentlemen, let nothing you dismay. Remember Christ our Saviour was born on Christmas Day to save us all from Satan's power when we were gone.
Ah, Merry Christmas! A few of us are trying to raise a fund to buy the poor some meat and drink, and means of warmth. We choose this time because it is a time of all others when want is keenly felt and abundance rejoices.
Are there no prisons or workhouses? The treadmill and the poor law, are they still in operation?
They are. Still, I wish I could say they were not. What shall I put you down for?
Nothing.
You wish to remain anonymous?
I wish to be left alone. Since you ask me what I wish, that is my answer. I don't make merry myself at Christmas, and I can't afford to make idle people merry. I help to support the establishments I have mentioned. They cost enough, and those who are badly off must go there.
Many can't go there, and many would rather die.
If they would rather die, then they had better do it and decrease the surplus population. Good afternoon.
Oh, but he was hard and sharp as flint, secret and self-contained, and solitary as an oyster. Nobody ever stopped Scrooge in the street to say, with gladsome looks, "My dear Scrooge, how are you?" But what did Scrooge care? It was the very thing he liked, to edge his way along the crowded paths of life, warning all human sympathy to keep its distance.
Ah! This lunatic in letting themselves out has let my nephew in.
A Merry Christmas, Uncle. God save you. Merry Christmas to you too, Mr. Cratchit.
Merry Christmas to you, Fred.
Bah! Humbug!
Christmas? A humbug, Uncle? You don't mean that, I'm sure.
I do. What right have you to be merry? You're poor enough.
Come then, what right have you to be dismal? What reason have you to be morose? You're rich enough.
Bah! Humbug!
Don't be cross, Uncle.
What else can I be when I live in such a world of fools as this? Merry Christmas! Out upon Merry Christmas! If I could work my will, every idiot who goes about with Merry Christmas on his lips should be boiled with his own pudding and buried with a stake of holly through his heart.
Uncle!
Nephew, keep Christmas in your own way and let me keep it in mine.
Keep it? But you don't keep it.
Let me leave it alone, then.
There are many things from which I might have derived good, by which I have not profited, I dare say, Christmas among the rest. But I am sure I have always thought of Christmas time, when it has come round, as a good time, a kind, forgiving, charitable, pleasant time, when men and women seem by one consent to open their shut-up hearts freely, and to think of people below them as if they really were fellow passengers to the grave, and not another race of creatures bound on other journeys. And therefore, uncle, though it has never put a scrap of gold or silver in my pocket, I believe that it has done me good, and will do me good. And I say, God bless it.
Oh, wonderful sentiment.
Let me hear another sound from you, Cratchit, and you'll keep your Christmas by losing your situation.
Don't be angry, uncle. Come, dine with us tomorrow.
Good afternoon.
I want nothing from you. I ask nothing of you. Why cannot we be friends?
Good afternoon.
I am sorry with all my heart to find you so resolute. We've never had any quarrel to which I have been a party. But I have made the trial, and I'll keep my Christmas humour to the last. So, a Merry Christmas, uncle.
Good afternoon.
And a Happy New Year.
Good afternoon.
Merry Christmas, Mr. Cratchit.
Oh, Merry Christmas.
There's another fellow, my clerk, with 15 shillings a week and a wife and family, talking about Merry Christmas. I'll retire to Bedlam. You'll want all day off tomorrow, I suppose, Cratchit?
If quite convenient, sir.
It's not convenient, and it's not fair. If I was to stop £0.50 for it, you'd think yourself ill-used, I'd be bound.
Oh, it's only once a year, sir.
A poor excuse for picking a man's pocket every 25th of December. Oh, and I suppose you must have the whole day. Be here all the earlier next morning.
At length, the hour of shutting up the counting-house arrived, and Scrooge walked out with a growl. The office was closed in a twinkling, and the clerk, with the long ends of his white comforter dangling below his waist, for he boasted no greatcoat, went down a slide on Cornhill at the end of a lane of boys, and then ran home to Camden Town as hard as he could pelt. Meanwhile, the fog and darkness thickened. The ancient tower of a church became invisible and struck the hours and quarters in the clouds. The cold became intense, piercing, searching, biting cold. Scrooge lived in chambers which had once belonged to his deceased partner. They were a gloomy suite of rooms in a lowering pile of building up a yard. It was old enough now and dreary enough, for nobody lived in it but Scrooge. Foggier yet, and colder. The yard was so dark that even Scrooge, who knew its every stone, was fain to grope with his hands.
Ah! The knocker!
Now, it is a fact that there was nothing at all particular about the knocker on the door. Scrooge had seen it night and morning during his whole residence in that place. Scrooge had not bestowed one thought on his 7 years dead partner, but having his key in the lock of the door, saw in the knocker, without its undergoing any intermediate process of change,
Marley!
Ah, Scrooge.
and it was a knocker again. Scrooge did pause with a moment's irresolution before he shut the door, and he did look cautiously behind it first.
Locked. Double locked. Secured against surprise.
Up Scrooge went, not caring a button for that. Darkness is cheap, and Scrooge liked it. But before he shut his heavy door, he walked through his rooms to see that all was right.
Humbug! 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 This is humbug. I must be unwell. My senses are confused. A little thing affects them. A slight disorder of the stomach makes them cheats.
Scrooge! Scrooge!
What do you want with me? Who are you?
Ask me who I was.
Who were you then?
In life, I was your partner, Jacob Marley. You don't believe in me. What evidence would you have of my reality beyond that of your senses?
I don't know.
Why do you doubt your senses?
Because a little thing affects them. A slight disorder of the stomach makes them cheats. You may be an undigested bit of beef, a blot of mustard, a crumb of cheese, a fragment of underdone potato. There's more of gravy than grave about you, whatever you are.
Man of the worldly mind! Do you believe in me or not?
Mercy, mercy, dreadful apparition! Why do you trouble me? You are fettered. Tell me why.
I wear the chain I forged in life. I made it link by link and yard by yard, and wore it of my own free will. It is required of every man that if the spirit goes not forth in life, it is condemned to do so after death. Oh, woe is me, and witness what it might have shared on earth. Would you know the weight and length of the strong coil you bear yourself? You have labored on it. It is a ponderous chain.
Speak comfort to me, Jacob. Jacob, tell me more.
I have none to give. I cannot rest. I cannot stay. I cannot linger anywhere. My spirit never roved beyond our counting house, mark me, and weary journeys lie before me.
7 years dead and travelling all the time?
The whole time, no rest, no peace, incessant torture and remorse, not to know that no space of regret can make amends for one's life.
But you are always a good man of business, Jacob.
Business! Why did I walk through crowds of fellow beings with my eyes turned down? At this time of the rolling year I suffer most. Hear me.
I will, but don't be hard upon me.
How it is that I appear before you in a shape that you can see I may not tell. I have sat invisible beside you many a day. That is no light part of my penance. I am here tonight to warn you that you have yet a chance and hope of escaping my fate.
You're always a good friend to me.
You will be haunted by 3 spirits.
Is that the chance and hope you mentioned, Jacob?
It is. Without their visits, you cannot hope to shun the path I tread. Expect the first when the next bell tolls.
Finding that he turned uncomfortably cold when he began to wonder which of his curtains this new spectre would draw back, Scrooge established a sharp lookout all round the bed.
Ah, the hour itself and nothing else. Are you the spirit whose coming was foretold to me? Who and what are you?
The ghost of Christmas past.
Long past?
No, your past.
Your words disturb me, spirit, as does your light. What business brings you here?
Your welfare. Your reclamation. Take heed. Rise and walk with me. Bear but a touch of my hand, there, and you shall be upheld.
Good heavens! I was bred in this place. I was a boy here.
These are but shadows of the things that have been. A solitary child, neglected by his friends, is left there still.
Poor boy. I wish, but it's too late now.
What is the matter?
Nothing. Well, there was a boy singing a Christmas carol at my door last night. I should have liked to give him something, that's all.
Your lip is trembling. And what is that upon your cheek? But you were not alone for all Christmases, were you? Look.
Fan! My own little sister! Come to meet me at the school.
I have come to bring you home, dear brother. To bring you home. Home. Home, yes. Home for good and all. Home forever. Father is so much kinder than he used to be, that home's like heaven. He spoke so gently to me one dear night when I was going to bed, that I was not afraid to ask him once more if you might come home. And he said, yes, you should, and sent me in a coach to bring you. And you're to be a man and never come back here. But first, we're to be together all the Christmas long and have the merriest time in all the world.
Always a delicate creature. A breath might have withered, but she had a large heart.
She died a woman and had, as I think, children.
One child.
True. Your nephew, Fred.
Yes.
Let us see another Christmas. Do you know this place?
Know it? I was apprenticed here. Why, it's old Fezziwig, bless his heart. It's my first master. Fezziwig alive again.
Yo-ho, my boys! No more work tonight! Christmas Eve, Ebenezer! Clear away, my lads, and let's have lots of room here! You're up, Ebenezer!
A cheerier time. A small matter to make these silly folks so full of gratitude.
Small?
Why, is it not? Is that so much that he deserves this praise?
It isn't that. It isn't that, spirit. The happiness is quite as great as if it cost a fortune.
What is the matter?
Oh, nothing particular. No. I should like to be able to say a word or two to my clerk just now. That's all.
Our time grows short. Quick, another Christmas. One where you had forgotten the love of those around you.
Spirit! Not this. Not her. My darling Belle.
It may bring you pain to see yourself so proud.
It matters little to you, very little. Another idol has displaced me. And if I can cheer and comfort you in time to come, as I would have tried to do, and I have no just cause to grieve, You fear the world too much, Ebenezer. I have seen your nobler aspirations fall off one by one until the master passion, gain, engrosses you. Have I not?
This is the even-handed dealing of the world.
Oh, no.
How often and how keenly I have thought of this, I will not say. It is enough that I have thought of it and can release you. Our contract is an old one. It was made when we were both poor and content to be so, until we could improve our worldly situation. But you are changed. When it was made, you were another man.
I was a boy.
Yes, but I...
This had never been between us. Tell me, would you seek me out and try to win me now? You, who weigh everything by gain. I release you with a full heart of love for him you once were. May you be happy in the life that you have chosen.
Humbug!
Oh, show me no more! No, conduct me home! Why do you delight to torture me? Remove me from this place!
I told you these were shadows of the things that have been, that they are what they are. Do not blame me.
I cannot bear it! Leave me! Take me back! Haunt me no longer! Haunt me! Haunt! Spirit! Spirit? Where are we? Oh, it's my own room. There's no doubt about that, but it's undergone a transformation. The walls and the ceiling are hung with living green, like a perfect grove.
Scrooge! Merry Christmas! Know me better! I am the ghost of Christmas present. Look upon me. You have never seen the like of me or my siblings before.
Never. I'm afraid I have not. Have you had many brothers and sisters, Spirit?
More than 1,800.
Spirit, conduct me where you will. I went forced once on compulsion, and I learned to listen, which is working now. Tonight, if you have aught to teach me, well, let me profit by it.
Touch my robe. Come with me. You have not seen the like of this in many a year. You shall see that my sympathy lies with all poor men. See it is led us straight to your clerk's house.
Well, children, whatever has got your precious father then? And your brother, Tiny Tim? And Martha weren't as late last Christmas Day by half an hour.
Oh, here's Martha, Mother. And I've brought the goose.
Martha, why bless your heart alive, my dear, how late you are.
We'd a deal of work to finish up last night, and I had to clear away this morning, Mother.
Well, never mind, so long as you are come. Sit you down before the fire, my dear, and have a warm, Lord bless ye.
No, there's Father coming.
Hide, Martha, hide. What a surprise we'll give him. Tim, Bob, my love, Merry Christmas.
Why, where's our Martha?
Not coming.
Not coming? Not coming on Christmas Day?
Oh, Father, here I am.
And how did little Tim behave?
As good as gold, and better. Somehow he gets thoughtful, sitting by himself so much, and thinks the strangest things you ever heard.
I hope the people saw me in the church, and it might be pleasant to them to remember, upon Christmas Day, who made the lame beggars walk and the blind men see.
Oh, Tim. There's such a goose, Martha.
I don't believe there ever was such a goose cooked. A Merry Christmas to us all, my dears. God bless us.
God bless us, everyone.
Ah, I see a vacant seat with a crutch without an owner, carefully preserved.
No. Oh, no, kind Spirit. Say he will be spared.
If these shadows remain unaltered by the future, none other of my race will find him here. What then? If he be like to die, he had better do it, and decrease the surplus population.
Oh, Spirit! No, oh, no!
Mr. Scrooge, I give you Mr. Scrooge, the founder of the feast.
The founder of the feast, indeed. Huh, I wish I had him here. I'd give him a piece of my mind to feast upon, and I hope he'd have a good appetite for it.
My dear children, Christmas Day?
It should be Christmas Day, I am sure, on which one drinks the health of such an odious, stingy, hard, unfeeling man as Mr. Scrooge. You know he is, Bob. Nobody knows it better than you do, poor fellow.
My dear, it's Christmas Day.
I'll drink his health for your sake and the day's, not for his. Long life to him. A Merry Christmas and an Happy New Year. He'll be very merry and very happy, I have no doubt.
Come, Ebenezer.
What's this? This bright, dry, gleaming room. It's my nephew's home. And you, Spirit, standing smiling by his side and looking at that same nephew with approving affability?
He said that Christmas was a humbug, as